Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book, that is from chapter number 1, Nutrition in Plants. See children, as we have completed our course in the previous video, this is again the revision videos now. So we are beginning with the next set of videos which will be starting from the beginning of the chapters as I have taken it today. That is from chapter number 1. The name of the chapter is Nutrition in Plants. So we are beginning with it by the word of introduction. I mean, as I every time tell you about the topics which are present in this chapter. So children, as I told you that this is the second time I'm doing the revision. I mean, this is the second part of the video, I must say. First, I have uploaded all the videos which is related to the chapter which is present in your Science NCERT book. So I'm not going to go in the topic which is present in this lesson. So you could refer for the topics which I'll be such as the photographs or the colorful diagrams are there. So you could all refer to my previous videos which are related with the same topic, and they are available on the site of our school, that is a Army Public School Varanasi. So you can see there and you can refer to the same topic, and then if you have any doubt children, you can again ask me in your online class. Fine. So we'll begin with the topic of introduction. What do you mean by the word nutrition? So nutrition means if we are eating, see, as I told, as you all know that this word nutrition is related with the food. Okay, so nutrition is related with the food. Now, what kind of food we are talking about? We say that the food is it is a material which it is a substance which is required by all the living organisms, whether it is a plant or it is an animal. Okay, so whosoever the organism is, each and every organism requires food. Now here in this chapter we are only dealing with the nutrition in plants, how the plants are getting their food, and is it so that plants are preparing the food for their own, or they are only giving us food to eat. So with all these questions, we'll move on to the first paragraph which is given in your Science NCERT book. That is, in class 6, you have learned that food is essential for all living organisms. Yes, as I told you that the word nutrition directly is related with the word food, or we always relate nutrition is equal to food. If we are going to eat food, we will get nutrition. So nutrition is it is a process by which an organism gains its energy. Okay, it is a process by which the different nutrients are getting synthesized, they are getting absorbed in the body of an organism. Now the body could be plant, animal, insect, bird, it could be any of the organism. Okay, so we'll continue with it. You also have learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are the components of food. Okay, so these components of food are called nutrients. These are essential, these are necessary for our body. Okay, so we all know that food is necessary for our body, and now in this chapter we are going to deal with the nutrition, why it is prepared, where it is prepared, how it is being utilized. So all living organisms require food. uh, Plants can make their food for themselves, but animals include humans cannot. Okay, so it's very but obvious that the plants are requiring, they require food. Plants can make food for themselves, but animals cannot. So see, on the and if I must say that on the earth, or in the whatever we say, that if we are talking about the living organisms, there are only two types of organisms. There are only two types of organisms. What are these two types of organisms? The two types of organisms are either it could be plant or it could be animal. Now, it could include micro animals as well as the microorganisms as well as the macroorganisms, children. Okay. So this says that organisms are of two types. Either it could be a plant or it could be an animal. So we are completely dealing with the nutrition in the plants. So all living organisms, they require food. Plant is also living, so that it requires food, and they get either they are going to get from plants. So organisms, each and every animal is going to get its food from the plants. And from where is this plant getting its food? Okay, so the question is here, if both of them requires food, we know that all the animals are completely dependent upon the plants and its products. Okay, or they are dependent upon others. They are dependent upon others. Either they are dependent upon animals or they are dependent upon plant and its products. So they are directly or indirectly dependent upon the plants. If we talk about simply herbivorous animals, all these organisms are only dependent upon plant and its products. Okay. If we talk about the grass-eating animals like cows, buffaloes, then goats, okay, deer, elephant, all these are giraffe, all these are the animals which are dependent directly on the plant and its products. Even human beings are also dependent upon the plant and its products. We are not only dependent upon only the animal products, although we can live. If we try to live on the animal products, we could live. But it is not so that only we require the animal product, children. We require plant products also. We cannot avoid the plant products. It is not only that we are requiring the plant products like leaves, in the form of salads, or in the form of raw vegetables or fruits. Okay, so there are numerous of products which is only we are getting from the plants. So we cannot only depend upon the animals. So for human beings, it is said that we are directly dependent on the plants. We are also directly dependent upon the animals. But, and now why this dependency comes? Why we are dependent on others? Why animals are dependent on others? Why not plants are dependent on animals? It is the animal which is dependent upon plant. Why? Because plants cannot synthesize their own food. As these animals are not able to synthesize their own food. It is only the plant which has a tendency, which has a capacity, which has the machinery for its food production. Now, what is this machinery? Why we are talking about that? Only plants are responsible for the production of the food. We'll go in the detail in this chapter. Okay. So, mode of nutrition in plants. We'll directly go on to the first topic. That is the beginning of the chapter. That is the mode of nutrition in plants. Okay, what is the mode of nutrition in plant? Plants are only organisms that can prepare their own food. So they can prepare their own food. So children, you can see that these plants are the only organisms which can prepare their own food by themselves by using water, carbon dioxide, okay, and minerals. So these are some of the important things which is required for preparing their own food. Okay, so these plants, they require all these things. They require water, they require carbon dioxide, they require minerals, okay, for preparing their own food. And from where are these things available? These things are available from the surrounding. These things are available from the surrounding. Okay, so they are present in the surrounding. Air is present, water is present, mineral is present in the surrounding. Minerals is the plants get mineral from the soil, carbon dioxide from air, water from the soil. Again, the roots are there which is going to absorb water. So the nutrients enable living organisms to build their body. Why nutrition is important? Nutrition is important to build the body. Okay, it is required to build the body. Now next thing, it grows, it helps in the growth. So why this nutrition is important? This nutrition is important to build the body. It is also important for the growth. Okay, so we can, whatever the importance of food is there in our life, the same importance is having, the same importance is the nutrition having in our life, children. Okay, so if we say that food was, we have already studied in class 6 that why there is so much so importance of the food. Okay, so food is important for the growth, food is important for maintaining and building the body, it is required for maintenance, it is required for repairing, it requires, it is required to gain energy for the body. Okay, so it helps in the growth, complete growth of the body. Okay, now next thing we need to study, we need to go through in this topic is that nutrition helps the body to grow, to repair. Again, it is required to repair. Okay, it is required to repair the damaged parts of the body. Nutrition is a mode of taking food by organisms and its utilization by the body. So by definition, or the definition of nutrition says, what is the definition of the nutrition says? Nutrition is a process by which organisms are taking and utilizing the food in the body. So what is its definition? We can define nutrition as, nutrition is a mode of taking food by an organisms, by an organism and its utilization by the body. Okay, and the body could be of animal, it could be of plants. Okay, so what is a nutrition? Nutrition is a mode of taking food by an organism, taking in of food. Okay, food is taken up by the organisms and it is utilized by our body. So once we are taking the food, okay, we are taking enough food, so what happens? Energy is liberated, energy is released. As it is said that if you are eating food, energy is released. If energy is released, where is this energy going? This energy is being utilized by our body in doing various works. If we are not able to eat food, we are not able to do the work. Okay, for example, if you are not eating your food, you cannot walk. If you are not eating your food, then your body becomes weak. If you are not eating food, then you will always feel lazy, you're not feeling energetic, you are not able to write, walk, sleep, anything. You could not do any work if you are not eating the food. So food is essential for our body because it is being utilized in the body for its growth, for its maintenance, for its repair, and also for the various purposes, also for various processes, which is important for any living organisms to, any living organisms, so that they could live and survive. Okay, it is necessary for their survival. So nutrition is a mode it is a mode of taking enough nutrition, a mode of taking enough food by an organism and utilizing it in its body. The mode of nutrition in the organisms makes themselves the food, and this process of nutrition in which an organism is making their own food. It is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition. So what is the mode of nutrition we need to study? We need to study about the different modes of nutrition, in which first mode is the autotrophic mode. Now, what do you mean by autotrophic mode of nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which organisms make their own food. Organisms, we are reading the types of nutrition. Make their own food. This is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now again, this is a long word made up of two words, auto and trophic. Autotrophic means automatically, trophic means the nutrition or nourishment. So autotrophic means the self nourishment. Nourishment means the nutrition is being gained. Okay, the energy is being synthesized. So the plants are the only organisms which are said to be as the containing, as they are undergoing the autotrophic mode of nutrition. And just controversy to this, I mean I should not say that word, but the opposite word of autotrophic mode of nutrition is the organisms which they are dependent, which depends on others for nutrition. Okay, so this is known as heterotrophic heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Again, the word is made up of two words, hetero and trophic. Hetero means other, trophic means nutrition. Hetero means other and trophic means nourishment. So here we can say that the animals, the organisms which are dependent on other organism for their food, for gaining nutrition, they are said to be as, they are following heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so please understand that what is the meaning of the word autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic means it is a self nourishment, and heterotrophic means it is the nourishment which is being taken up by the other by the other organisms. The organisms are dependent on others for their nutrition. Okay, so this is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Paheli wants to know why our body cannot make their own food from carbon dioxide, water, minerals, but plants do. So it is well known that animals are not able to make their own food because we are not having some of the important things, important materials which is responsible for the production of the photosynthesis, for the synthesis of the food. We are not having green pigment called chlorophyll. Okay, we cannot take up carbon dioxide. We cannot absorb water from the roots. I mean, there are no roots present in the organisms, in the animals, for utilization of the water, for the absorption of the water. Okay, so there are, the machinery is different. The plants have all the things which is necessary for the production of the food by the process called photosynthesis, by the process called autotrophic mode of nutrition. So why it is so that they are different from heterotrophs? They are different from heterotrophs. They are different from the heterotrophic. They are different from the heterotrophs because they are the organisms which could synthesize their own food, children. Okay. So this is about the mode of nutrition. So we are studying about the two main modes of nutrition, that is the autotrophic mode of nutrition and the next is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So here in this chapter, we are only dealing with this autotrophic mode of nutrition, and I'll tell you about some of the some of the heterotrophic mode of nutrition in plants only. In the next chapter, we'll study about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition in animals. There we will study the different modes of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. So here only we are starting with the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So autotrophic, as the word only suggests, that the nutrition which is made by the organisms on their own. Okay, they are going to use certain raw materials, then they are going to synthesize their own food. Okay, so please remember that plants are the only organisms which can survive, which can make their own food, children. Okay, so this is what is about the nutrition in plants, and I wanted to know, is there any animal which can synthesize its own food? Okay, so I need the answer in your online class. Please find out, is there any organism, is there any animal which could perform such autotrophic mode of nutrition, or which gains its nutrition with the help of autotrophic mode of nutrition. As you all know that plants are the only autotrophs on the earth. But I'm saying that, is there any animal which could synthesize its own food? Please let me know in your online class. So this is a task given to you all to find out that whether the organisms, whether any animal on the earth is there which could synthesize its own food. Okay, you can find it out and tell me. I'll be waiting for your answers. Okay, fine. So now next is that the next topic is about photosynthesis. The next topic which we'll discuss is about photosynthesis. Okay, so this is about photosynthesis. That is a food making process. Food making process. Where in animals? No, in plants. So this is the process by which plants are making their own food, and this photosynthesis is going to take place in the machinery, in the parts of the plant which is present only in the plants. Okay. Then the leaves are the food factories of the plant. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach to the leaves. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots and are transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide from the air is taken up through the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. And these pores are surrounded by the guard cells. Such pores are called stomata. Okay, so here some new words are given in your book. So first we'll start with this, how the plants are making their food. Okay, so plants are making their food by the process called photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis is taking place in the leaves. Okay, they are taking place in the leaves. So these leaves are known as the food factories. See children, I must tell you here only that leaves are known as the food factories, but it is not only the leaves where the food is being prepared. Whatever parts of the plant is green, they are preparing their own food, okay? Whether it is a stem, whether it is a leaf, whether it is the sepals, or any part of the plant which is green in color will synthesize the food. But now why the leaves are only known as the food factories? We from the very when we were studying in EVS also we got to know that the leaves are known as the food factories, children. So why this is said to be as that leaves are only known as the food factories? What is the fact behind this? See, I just wanted to know the answer for one question. Which part of the plant is maximum on the plant? I mean, maximum number of part of the plant which is present on it. What would be your answer? That if you recall the different parts of the plant, what are the different parts of the plant? The different parts of the plant could be the stem, the roots, leaf, okay, flowers, fruits, okay, so many are there. So if I say what does the maximum number of part of the plant which is present in the plant, what would be your answer? The answer would be leaves, and it is green in color. Second thing, it is green in color. So leaves are present in large number, and it is also green in color. That is why they are known as the food factories, because the maximum food is being prepared in the leaves, because leaves are green in color as it contains chlorophyll, which helps in entrapping the sunlight. Okay. So this is what is the significance of the leaves, which is known as the food factories, children. Okay. So food by leaves are called food factories. I think now it might be clear, because they are present in a large number, and large amount of food is being prepared in the leaves only. That is why they are said to be as the food factories. Other parts of the plant which is green in color is also synthesizing the food. Please don't get confused. But the large number of food is being synthesized in the leaves. That is why they are said to be as the food factories. But if the question comes, which part of the where is food being prepared, you will write down the answer as the leaves. So the plants require certain raw materials for the food production. So the raw materials which is required for the food production was carbon dioxide, which the plants is getting from the atmosphere with the help of the tiny pore called stomata. Called stomata, present on leaves. Now if you see the leaves, you can easily understand that if you see the leaf, okay, so if you are going to see the leaves, you can see that there are tiny pores present on the surface of the leaf. Whether some in some plants, in some leaves it is present on the upper surface, in some leaves it is present on the lower surface. But these are the tiny pores. See children, what is the difference between, what is the meaning of the word pore? Pore means they are the small, they are the very tiny holes present, but these holes are not seen from our naked eyes. So this is the pores, the holes which are not seen from our naked eyes, they are known as the pores. So these pores are present on the surface of the leaves. Sometimes it is present on the upper surface, and sometimes in some leaves it is present on the lower surface. So these tiny pores are known as stomata. Now, what is the structure of stomata? The structure of stomata, okay, it is given there in the next page of your book. So you can see the same diagram. If you are able to see that there are tiny pores which are present, like it is the tiny pore which is present. Okay, and it is also having the cells around this. Fine. So this is known as the stomata. Stomatal pore, sometime it is also known as. Okay, they are known as the stomatal pore, and these two cells, where these two cells are known as the guard cell. And some of the cells which are present in the support is known as subsidiary cell. Subsidiary cell, okay. Now, the guard cell is the cell which is made up of, it is like this shape. Suppose that this is the stomata, and these two, you can see that there is a pore in between. So these pores are responsible. It's like that only. And what happens? The two parts, these two parts, they are known as the guard cell. So opening and closing of the stomata is responsible. It is because of the presence of the guard cell, children. So guard cell is responsible for the opening and closing. Guard cell, the name suggests the word. The name only suggests the function. What is the function of the guard? Guard is going to guard. It is going to safeguard the house. The person is not letting anybody inside without any permission. So where is this guard sitting? The guard always sits near the door and near the gate. Okay, so here also the guard cells are sitting just at the opening of this stomata. Okay, stomatal opening is guarded by the guard cell, because opening and closing of the stomata is taking place because of the function of this guard cell. Okay, and this guard cell is again being helped by some helper cells. They are known as the subsidiary cell. Now here comes, and what is the function of this cell? The function of the stomata is to exchange the gases. After photosynthesis, oxygen is being prepared. You all know it very well. And also the carbon dioxide enters inside the leaves for the preparation of the photosynthesis, for the preparation of the food, is known as the, this is the function of the stomata. Okay, so now the next thing which I wanted to make you all understand is the cells. I have written two times, I have written the cells, guard cell and the subsidiary cell, children. So what do you mean by cell? So I think stomata might be clear for you all. So I just wanted to make you all understand what is the meaning of the word cell. Cell is the basic unit of any organism. Okay. Now what do you mean by the basic unit? As you could see that I have written the heading on this board. What is the heading? Heading is nutrition in plants. Now, if I say what is the basic unit of this heading by which it is being made up of, you will say letters. First, you will say words. Okay, words. Now, how are these words being made? These words are being made with the help of the letters. So, letters are because of alphabets. Okay, so these alphabets or the letters, they are the basic unit of any sentence. we are repeating it quite often. As you could see that I is being repeated over here, N-U-T-R-I, then again T-I, N-I, okay. So this is being repeated. So it means that there are certain words like U also is repeated, N also is repeated. By the repetition of the basic unit, we can make the word. By the repetition of the alphabets, by the repetition of the letters, you can make words. By the repetition of the word, you can make sentence. Similarly, there is certain repetition in the unit of the structure of the body that is said to be as the cell. Okay, so with this, I'll discuss more about the cell, why it is made up of, where it is made up of, how it is made up of, what are the parts in the next class. So children, I have discussed about the nutrition and I have told you about there are modes of nutrition. There are two modes, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and we have also discussed some part of autotrophic mode of nutrition in which we saw about the stomatal structure. Okay, so that's all for today's video, children. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed, and I'll continue with this chapter. Okay, so that's all for today.